Welcome back, fellow cultivators, to another mind-blowing dive into the legendary Soul Land universe. Are you ready for some crazy drama today? Grab your favorite snacks, find a comfortable spot, and buckle up tightly. Episode 144 is an absolute undeniable roller coaster of wild emotions today. We are talking about epic battles, deeply profound spiritual awakenings, and some truly hilarious romantic blunders that you just cannot miss out on. Today, we get to witness the spectacular clash between raw, terrifying power and the undeniably clumsy force of genuine true love. Let's begin. Will our favorite overpowered protagonist finally get a well-deserved break, or will the universe continue to aggressively throw ridiculous obstacles his way? Spoiler alert, the universe absolutely loves torturing our boy Huo Yuhao. And honestly, we are entirely here to enjoy every single dramatic second. Are your martial souls fully activated? Is your spiritual sea prepared for the massive shockwaves? Let us jump right into this spectacular breakdown. Let us quickly rewind to the immediate aftermath of that highly thrilling, incredibly romantic Sea God Fate blind date event we just witnessed. Right in the middle of this beautiful scenery, our boy Huo Yuhao is stubbornly clinging to Tang Wutong like a desperate, lovesick koala. He absolutely refuses to let go of her under any circumstances. Finally, the stunning Wutong decides to gracefully lay all her cards down. She softly confesses, "Listen closely. I am Tang Wutong, not exactly Wang Dong'er, but my precious memories of Dong'er have finally been restored." You see, remember that insanely intense moment when Yuhao brutally stabbed himself 9 times to save her from the terrifying dragon Long Xiaoyao? His deeply tragic look of pure, unconditional relief in that bloody moment absolutely completely shattered her complex, heavily guarded mental memory seals forever. Now, poor Wutong's adorable head is basically functioning like a violently boiling, incredibly messy, and confusing hot pot of mixed, overlapping magical memories. Her deep love as Wang Dong'er acts as the emotional soup base, heavily mixed with the innocent, playful memories of Wutong's childhood. And let us definitely not forget the extra, tragic seasoning, those scattered, deeply sorrowful, fragmented memories left behind by the fiercely loyal Wang Qiu'er. So, acting incredibly reasonable, Wutong sweetly asks our hero to grant her just a little bit of peaceful time to slowly fuse this buffet. Huo Yuhao, proving once again that he is the universe's most dedicated romantic, is absolutely, overwhelmingly ecstatic at her entirely reasonable request today. He passionately shouts, "As long as I clearly know you are my Dong'er? Wait, no, my Wutong, that is absolutely enough for me. I do not care how long it takes. I would gladly, happily wait an entire lifetime just for you to completely sort things out." Hearing this incredibly cheesy but undeniably sweet romantic line, Wutong's heart melts completely. She feels incredibly touched and cherished by his profound words. Overflowing with sudden affection, she playfully decides to do her devoted boyfriend a massive, highly secret favor right then and there. She eagerly opens her mouth, preparing to fully spoil the outrageously nightmarish father-in-law tests that Tang-san has sadistically prepared for poor Yuhao. But hold your horses. Right before she can dramatically spill the divine tea, the mystical golden trident mark on her forehead aggressively activates. Up in the majestic divine realm, her overprotective dad is definitely furiously thinking, "Is my precious daughter really leaking the exam answers right now?" Instantly terrified by her famously strict, god-tier father's silent threat, Wutong nervously shuts her mouth tight. The ultimate divine cheat code is harshly denied. Moving on to the very next morning, the adorable, newly reunited couple is sleeping incredibly peacefully, resting their heads affectionately on each other's laps. But unfortunately, peace is a massive luxury in Shrek Academy. Suddenly, the senior elders rudely yank Huo Yuhao right out of his beautiful dreams, marching nervously into the sacred sea, God Pavilion. Our poor boy is instantly greeted by the entire intimidating lineup of Shrek's top-tier ancient elders. Elder Swan smirks mischievously, his eyes twinkling with a devious, calculating light as he looks at the extremely nervous, deeply sweating young genius. He loudly announces, "Listen closely, Yuhao. You can freely go wherever you want in this world, but young Wutong is staying right here with us. Terrified of losing his newly reclaimed precious wife all over again, Yuhao violently panics. He desperately, loudly blurts out his immediate emotional reaction. "Absolutely not. Wherever my Wutong goes, that is exactly where I will be standing," he yells, clinging to his girlfriend like super glue. The surrounding old geezers absolutely lose their minds, laughing incredibly hard at his blatant panic, but the fun drastically ends right there. They mercilessly drop the brand new graduation requirements on him, and let me tell you, the sheer difficulty is pure, unadulterated madness today. Why the sudden difficulty spike? Well, during the blind date festival, Yuhao accidentally, spectacularly flexed his monstrous 8-ring cultivation level to everyone. Realizing his absolutely insane generation-defining talent, the shocked Academy quickly rewrote the entire exam literally overnight. Normal tests are basically child's play for him. So what is the first impossible task? Within a strict 3-year limit, he must thoroughly defeat a genuine terrifying level 97 Super Douluo. And not just any Super Douluo, he has to defeat the incredibly famous, overwhelmingly powerful Martial Soul Department Dean, Yan Shaozhe himself. Just wow. The second insane task, he must meticulously partner with Tang Sex As for the mysterious third task, it is completely unpredictable, totally hanging in the air depending on the chaotic future political landscape of the continent. Hearing these utterly ridiculous, punishing terms, Yuhao's mortal soul practically leaves his trembling body. He stares at the elders in absolute jaw-dropping disbelief. He deeply, painfully regrets flexing his shiny 8 rings yesterday so much that his internal intestines are probably literally turning a sickly shade of green. Tearfully, with a wonderfully miserable expression, he hopelessly begs Dean Yan and Elder Xian Liner for a tiny bit of much-needed academic mercy. He pathetically whines that the exam is impossible, dramatically claiming that he would honestly much rather be a repeating student for his entire miserable life. But Elder Swan ruthlessly delivers the ultimate, super-effective critical strike to the young boy's deeply fragile, highly romantic heart right on the spot. Elder Swan flatly states, "Repeating is totally fine, but remember, strict academy rules completely forbid normal students from hopelessly dating the official teaching staff. Since Wutong is officially a teaching assistant now, if you fail the 3-year limit, the academy will forcefully split you 2 lovebirds apart forever." Boom! A direct, devastating hit right in the ultimate weak spot. Forced into a brutal corner, Yuhao silently, bitterly swallows his massive frustration. Shrek Academy generously nurtured him, giving him literally everything he has today, so he honestly cannot dare to openly rebel against their strict authority. But Wutong proves she is an absolute top-tier queen. She remains incredibly calm, gracefully holding his cold, trembling hand to firmly steady his nerves. She softly, lovingly whispers that he isn't fighting this terrifying, monumental battle alone. She will always be fearlessly standing right there by his side. Her incredibly sweet words are vastly better than any legendary magical elixir. Taking a deep, highly focused breath, our boy completely accepts this hellish challenge. Before the epic fight begins, Elder Swan casually drops some incredibly spicy, highly classified political gossip about the Sun Moon Empire's suspiciously quiet military status. He gravely mentions that the legendary terrifying female war god Empress Juzi is surprisingly pregnant, thereby halting any major violent military invasions for now. Hearing this massive news, Yuhao's heart fiercely, violently trembles in his chest. Juzi was the very first incredible woman to ever make his heart flutter. Their vastly different loyalties and deeply opposed political standings painfully pushed them apart, leaving a highly complex, deeply sour feeling buried deep within his soul. Thinking she is happily carrying the tyrannical Emperor Shu Tianran's royal child brings him an unavoidable wave of melancholic, deeply uncomfortable, and indescribable sorrow today. It is so deliciously ironic, because he literally has absolutely no idea that the royal baby currently baking in the Empress's oven is actually his own. Shaking off the heavy political drama, Elder Swan cheerfully claps his hands. Since everyone is already gathered here, why not just start the epic beatdown today? Sensing her man's deeply turbulent, heavily conflicted emotions, Wutong nods sharply, her beautiful eyes turn incredibly fierce, transferring her absolute, unwavering confidence straight over to him. Holding hands tightly, their massive soul power beautifully, flawlessly intertwines. The heavy protective barrier of the sprawling arena fully, powerfully activates for this earth-shattering showdown. They confidently face Dean Yan, their combined battle intent aggressively skyrocketing to the clouds. Yan Shaozhe calmly glows with a brilliant, highly dense golden aura. Suddenly, a deeply majestic, ear-piercing phoenix cry violently echoes across the stadium. The Dean's massive, explosive aura violently collides with the young couple's fierce battle intent. Yuhao intensely glows gold, while Wutong brilliantly shines in an elegant, blindingly beautiful blue hue. Their legendary Haodong power completely fuses into one single force. Their fusion instantly elevates their combined combat strength to the terrifying elite level of a genuine, fully fledged Tisalagang. Taking the bold initiative, Yuhao fiercely strikes first. He dramatically opens the legendary Eye of Destiny on his forehead, immediately unleashing a brilliant rose gold light. He aggressively spreads his incredibly annoying, highly disruptive spiritual interference domain everywhere, while casting a massive spiritual detection net across the entire battlefield. Firmly locking onto the fast-moving Dean, Yuhao dramatically flashes his fourth soul ring, violently throwing a nasty spiritual confusion skill straight at the Super Douluo. Yan Shaozhe violently pauses mid-step, his sharp eyes momentarily glazing over in deep confusion. Seeing the perfect opening, Yuhao violently blasts a devastating soul shock. But the Dean is an absolute monster. In the absolute nick of time, despite the intense confusion, he instinctively takes a half-step forward. He aggressively erupts in blinding, scorching golden phoenix flames. Spreading his majestic wings, he seamlessly merges his very being with the surrounding, immense natural world. Because of this high-level integration, Yuhao's incredibly powerful mental strike hits absolutely nothing, completely and utterly neutralized by the Dean's profoundly deep martial intent. But Wutong perfectly, flawlessly syncs up. Spreading her gorgeous radiant butterfly goddess wings, she dramatically drops a brilliant golden hexagram array directly under the Dean's feet. She calculated his movements, absolutely flawlessly. Even if the Dean skillfully blocked the mental attack, he absolutely could not dodge her stunning golden trap. Simultaneously, Yuhao fiercely unleashes Wang Qiu'er's incredibly powerful sixth ring. His glowing Eye of Destiny terrifyingly morphs into a distinct black and white dual color. Only the active fighters can clearly see this bizarre, terrifying light. When it lightly touches Dean Yan, the mighty Super Douluo violently shivers in panic. His back hair stands straight up in sheer terror. An absolutely bone-chilling, incredibly deep panic washes over him, sharply sensing a fatal mortal danger. Slightly panicking under the strange lock, the highly experienced Dean violently steps out of the hexagram, burning intensely with his glorious, highly destructive golden flames. He aggressively punches forward, aiming a seemingly simple but unbelievably heavy strike intended to violently, completely shatter the surrounding spatial fabric itself. Yuhao instantly feels the absolutely crushing, unavoidable pressure of a massive, incredibly heavy giant mountain rapidly crashing down onto his physical body. Instinctively, to survive the devastating attack, he frantically prepares to aggressively unleash his famous, highly destructive, self-created ultimate technique to firmly defend their ground. He deeply, aggressively channels his soul to summon the Haodong Three Ultimates. But suddenly, abruptly, his entire body completely, hilariously stiffens in battle. A completely hilarious, utterly fatal error occurs right in his highly praised combat software. He absolutely cannot execute the required, powerful fighting move. Do you amazing guys remember the absolute emotional requirement for activating the Haodong Three Ultimates? It strictly requires gut-wrenching longing and absolute sorrow. But wait a minute. His incredibly gorgeous lover is standing right next to him, warmly, tightly holding his hand. Where on earth is the sadness? There is absolutely no sorrow. There is only pure, incredibly overwhelming happiness. His desperately created ultimate skill completely short-circuits and utterly fails. Yuhao just stands there completely frozen, looking like a total idiot for 5 whole seconds while the dean's devastating punch rapidly approaches them. Seeing her usually brilliant boyfriend painfully glitching out at the absolute worst possible moment, Wutong bravely, fearlessly steps right in front of his frozen body. Fully igniting her dazzling 8th soul ring, she completely transforms into a brilliant miniature sun, fiercely unleashing a massive blue-gold pillar of protective light. She purposefully uses her own incredibly fragile physical body to forcefully tank the dean's terrifying, space-tearing punch head-on to protect her incredibly foolish man. An absolutely earth-shattering boom violently rocks the entire arena. The sheer difference in raw power aggressively forces the brave Wutong rapidly backward. She crashes violently and painfully right into Yuhao's trembling embrace. Her beautifully flawless face instantly turns deathly pale as her blood aggressively flows backward. The heavy, brutal impact of the highly concentrated attack severely rattles her delicate internal organs. Dean Yan is absolutely stunned by the ridiculous power of her defense. He quickly realizes her attack perfectly blended extreme heat, blinding radiant light, and massive kinetic shockwaves seamlessly together into one incredibly powerful strike. If they actually possessed equal soul power, that totally crazy move would have been absolutely devastating. Fortunately, his light phoenix shares highly similar attributes to comfortably resist it. But wait, seeing his beloved, fiercely loyal wife take a highly brutal hit for his incredibly stupid mistake, Huo Yuhao gets unbelievably, unapologetically furious. He hugs the injured Wutong tightly. Slowly, highly menacingly, he raises his trembling hand, and his soul rings instantly shift to reveal the terrifying Ice Emperor. A highly violent, incredibly catastrophic blizzard instantly, aggressively sweeps across the entire sprawling arena. It is the terrifying combination of the Empress's chill and the domain of perpetual ice. Having completely absorbed the incredibly rare profound ice marrow, Yuhao's extreme ice has terrifyingly reached a god-tier level, violently plunging temperatures way below -200 degrees Celsius. The ridiculous cold instantly freezes the air itself. Even the mighty level 97 Dean Yan violently shivers, his previously unstoppable golden flames getting harshly suppressed. Sweating profusely under the terrifying pressure, the heavily stressed Dean is quickly forced to furiously burn his true phoenix fire, turning it into liquid gold to survive. Realizing the massive, unpredictable danger, Yan Shaozhe highly logically calls off the fight. If these totally crazy kids go all out, even he might be severely injured. Outside the heavy barrier, Elder Swan nods highly approvingly. Since achieving 8 rings, Huo Yuhao has terrifyingly ascended to a completely different monstrous realm of raw combat power. Briefly, during this epic clash, the adorable Xiao Wu surprisingly appears in the divine realm, asking Tang San to secretly, highly carefully help their little Xiao Qi. After the highly explosive battle, the cute couple peacefully returns to the highly secure Sea God Pavilion. Yuhao urgently needs to slowly digest his new combat revelations. He quickly realizes his heavily outdated, sad boy Haodong Three Ultimates is permanently busted. He desperately needs to highly upgrade his entire fighting style to run purely on love. Sitting cross-legged on the comfortable bed, they highly affectionately press all 4 palms tightly together. They seamlessly circulate the majestic Haodong power, diving into a focused cultivation state. The majestic energy flows highly continuously. Yuhao happily feels his profound ice marrow fully digesting, slowly pushing his cultivation level even closer towards the high heavens. Time peacefully ticks away, but suddenly, out of nowhere, Yuhao's mind violently shakes. Something absolutely terrifying and completely unexpected is happening to his highly stable spiritual core. He deeply feels something aggressively tearing away from his physical body. But this definitely isn't his highly usual, completely controllable spiritual projection that he regularly uses for scouting. To his absolute horror, he suddenly realizes that his pure, fragile human soul is being forcefully, highly violently dragged right out of his mortal shell against his will. Normally, a highly vulnerable human soul outside the body dissipates instantly. But strangely, a gentle, highly protective white halo firmly wraps around his floating, terrified spirit, hovering helplessly near the ceiling. He looks deeply down and clearly sees his physical body, still beautifully cultivating with Wutong, bathed in a soft, glowing white light. He frantically tries to fiercely command his soul to quickly return, but he is completely paralyzed. An unimaginable, highly irresistible external force suddenly pulls him incredibly upward. He violently shoots right out of the highly protected Sea God Pavilion, bursting cleanly through the golden tree, rocketing straight up into the bright, terrifyingly empty blue sky. Absolute panic thoroughly engulfs Huo Yuhao. He violently screams internally, absolutely terrified of being permanently separated from his beloved Wutong, just after finally romantically finding her again. His pure soul violently struggles, heavily bursting with emotional turbulence. All his overpowered spiritual defenses and the mighty Daitian's ultimate protection are completely utterly useless here. Just as his intense panic reaches an absolute breaking point, an impossibly gentle, highly overwhelming warm aura smoothly blankets his violently trembling, highly terrified little floating soul. It deeply feels like peacefully soaking in a highly divine hot spring. Every single ounce of fear and panic is instantly washed away, fully replaced by absolute tranquility. Yuhao is a highly smart cookie. He instantly realizes this external force is utterly bypassing his highly powerful destiny bone and tangible spiritual power with completely effortless ease. Whoever is aggressively kidnapping his soul is a supreme entity far beyond Longshio, Yexishui, or even the highly mighty, incredibly feared beast god Ditian himself. And thankfully, this overpowered kidnapper has absolutely zero malicious intent. Otherwise, he would be completely erased from existence without a single highly measurable speck of physical effort. Suddenly, a remarkably gentle voice peacefully echoes through the endless void. After a dizzying spatial spin, Huo Yuhao's soul highly safely arrives in the breathtaking divine realm. Standing proudly before him is an unbelievably powerful being. It is absolutely none other than Rong Nianbing, the incredibly legendary and completely almighty god of emotion himself. And why exactly did he aggressively drag our highly confused boy all the way up here? To officially, highly majestically pass on his mighty divine throne to our hero. Oh my absolute goodness, what an incredibly insane escalation! From hilariously failing a standard graduation exam to literally being summoned to securely become an actual immortal god. Will Huo Yuhao successfully inherit the glorious, incredibly profound power of the god of emotion? How will the adorable Tang Wutong react when she wakes up completely alone? You definitely do not want to miss the highly anticipated next chapter. Make sure to absolutely smash that shiny like button and securely subscribe for much more. Ring that little notification bell so you absolutely never miss a single update on this epic Donghua journey. Until next time, safely keep cultivating and always stay incredibly awesome.